That's why they look in two opposite direction.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah. So Goa was a part of India.
Okay.
It is on the other side of the.
So today is our third day in Goa, first day of the tour. We going to go to Donapola viewpoint. How much the ticket?
50 rupees.
50 rupees. टिकट लिया है
Thank you, Jan.
हेलो
Say hi.
Oh, here also fishing net, see.
And what you are looking at is the Mandovi. So it's like the meeting point of the two rivers in the Arabian Sea over here. And that's the Marmagoa Harbour, the port.
Two rivers.
Two rivers, yeah. I'll show you the map, you will understand it.
Okay.
Because it's so wide, it looks all a part of the Arabian Sea. But
Yeah.
it's actually the two rivers meeting out here.
Okay.
And it's called Donapaula. There's a legend, there's a romantic one and the actual facts, of course. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So before that we
Yeah.
have our friend
Yeah.
Maria with us today. She will be with us 3 more days, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So basically now we are here at Donapaula.
Okay.
Your hotel is somewhere on the top up there. So you see this bit. So you can see this is Mandovi River and this is Zuari River.
Okay.
Yeah. When you arrived, you came somewhere around here. That's where the airport is. If you had come by the old airport, then you would have landed here. You would have driven up the Zuari, then crossed and come this side. So today what we are doing is we are doing Donapaula. From Donapaula, we'll drive past the Miramar beach. I mean, it's not really worth visiting now in the monsoon because it must be a little messy. We'll go to some of the beaches in the north as well as tomorrow we'll do the south and then we can do the north the day after. Then we will go to Old Goa where the churches are. We'll finish the churches and then we will come to the Ponda area or the central bit where the temples are. We'll do a couple of temples and then we'll come back.
Okay.
Alright.
So this is the map of Goa.
This
yeah?
is the Goa is a state. People
Okay.
think that Goa is a small little, island or territory or something, but it covers an area of 3,702 square kilometers. It's actually the smallest state of the Union of India, and the population also compared to India is very less. We have 1.5 million, out of which 60 plus % are Hindus, 25 are Christians, and the rest are Muslims and like all the other different religions or communities of India. Yeah.
So 64%
Are Hindus. Yeah, still Hindus. That's the harbour of Goa, the Marmagoa harbour. So nowadays, we don't have much mining, but when mining was a big activity in Goa, that was the busy port for all the export of iron ore from Goa. And we used to mainly export it to Japan, China, all these places. Yeah.
I thought Goa is basically Christian community.
It used to be at one point, but in the 1920s, 30s in particular, there was a mass exodus of the Goan Christians leaving Goa and going to other parts of the country, mainly the big cities, because the Christians were more professionals compared to the Hindus.
Okay.
So with the result, as they were not finding much work over here in their profession, a lot of them went to Mumbai and all these places. And there, of course, they met the English. And then the English started taking them to mainly the African continent, East Africa, all these places. And then, the Goans started working on cruise liners, the Christians and all. So that was when the Christian Christian population became less. Besides that, the Hindus from other areas started coming into Goa. And then, our families are smaller than the Hindu families.
Yeah.
So all this resulted in the Hindu Christians, the Hindu percentage going up and the Christian percentage coming down.
Okay. And Now because of the high Hindu population, no pork, no beef.
No, we have beef and pork here.
Okay.
There's no restriction in Goa on beef and pork.
But I don't see,
No.
hotels.
Most of the restaurants don't sell. I mean, don't offer. Only the authentic little Goan ones, they have beef and pork.
Okay.
There are. But as the bulk of the tourists who come here are Hindus, no?
Correct.
So the many of the restaurants don't offer it on the menu.
Correct.
Because then they will not come.
Yeah. So less Christians come here. Makes sense. So it's a very beautiful point.
The
Yeah.
hotel is somewhere over there.
So where was the yesterday swimming race? Our
On
swim.
the other side. You see, that's the governor's bungalow. Over
Okay.
there where you see the top of the chapel.
Yeah.
Right? So the thing was on the other side of that.
Okay.
It is on the other side of that at the beach.
So this is the hotel?
I think this is your hotel. I
No,
think so.
this one
No,
is the one
this
first
is-
I booked.
No.
What's this hotel name?
This is you booked at Tree House. That was in the city.
Correct. No,
No.
that later. This is starting with O.
Oceana?
No, it's starting with O. and
Oh, Pescador.
O Pescador.
Yeah.
Is this one,
is
right?
This is the one.
So this.
And that is where you are now, somewhere there on the top. This first one, I think that is where your hotel is now.
Okay.
And the event was on the other side, where the governor's palace is. No, the
Yeah.
second building, cottage that you see on the other side of it is where the event was.
Okay. So this basically Indian Ocean, no?
No,
Arabian?
we don't have Indian Ocean in Goa. Indian Ocean is in South India, Kanyakumari. So the
Okay.
east coast of India has the Bay of Bengal. The west coast has the Arabian Sea between the Arab countries and India.
Okay.
And the Indian Ocean is right down south, where the two sides, the tips meet. So Kanyakumari is the meeting point where you have the Bay of Bengal, the Indian Ocean and the Arabian Sea meeting.
Okay.
So the Indian Ocean is between India and Africa. So like Asia and Africa.
So this is Arabian Sea.
This is the Arabian Sea.
But still, the
Yeah,
sea is
Sri
very
Lanka is entirely surrounded by the Indian Ocean.
And this
Yeah.
one is very aggressive, right?
Yeah, because this is the monsoons, no, and then there are rocks here. Plus there was a strong wind and rain yesterday.
Correct.
So that's why all this murky churning. But to come after November, it's still this, but not as murky as it looks now.
Those ships going to Goa port?
Yeah. Maybe they're anchored over there.
Yeah.
But I think they will come to the port.
Oh, they are coming
They take
to-
all the containers of a lot of import-export products and all that. Yeah.
Okay.
And the other airport, the W airport, is just about 6 kilometers from the harbor, on the other side.
Goa GDP is driven by tourism or any other?
Initially, Goa GDP was and still continues quite a bit to be driven by the how you must be also coming from another country and working in the Gulf. So a lot of it is being driven by people working overseas and sending their money to Goa. And then of course it's tourism.
Okay. So first one is foreign labor and second one is tourism.
Foreign employment basically.
Foreign employment.
Because nowadays you'll also find that a lot of Goans are settled in the UK.
Correct.
England initially, but now with Brexit it's not easy.
Yeah.
So now they're in Ireland, Wales, Scotland. Because what happened, Goa was liberated, as we say, or became a part of the Indian Union in 1961.
Yeah.
And prior to that, from 1510 to 1961, Goa was ruled by the Portuguese. So long. So even between 47, when India became independent, Goa was like a different country altogether. Now Goa was never considered by the Portuguese as their colony. They called it an overseas province of Portugal.
Oh, seriously?
They always considered it.
So they become very close to Goa.
Yeah. So Goa was, or part of India was like, Goa, Daman, Diu, and initially Cochin, because then Cochin was conquered by the
Dutch, and then from the Dutch the British took it over. So till the time that was there, this entire was considered as an overseas colony of Portugal.
Okay.
Yeah. And so when independence came to India in 1947, Goa was like a different country altogether. So much so that if we had to, like, you know, as I told you, people had already started moving families to Mumbai and all that. So if you wanted to go and visit your family in Mumbai, then you had to have like a mini passport, like an identity card, as if you were going from one country to the other.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one. Yeah. So as I said, so after liberation or freedom of Goa, the Portuguese told the locals that if you want to come to Portugal, you can walk in. So
Yeah.
initial few years it was just like a walk-in system. Then, if you are born till 18 December 1961 or second generation, parents are born, you can apply for a Portuguese citizenship.
Yes, I know few of them got Portuguese passport.
Initially, there were not many takers for it because there was no European Union and all that sort of thing. But after the formation of the European Union, it became a ticket for most people to, you know, take or apply for Portuguese citizenship and to settle in England or English-speaking countries of Europe. Now what has happened, of course, once you get a Portuguese citizenship, because India doesn't allow dual citizenship, you have to surrender your Indian passport. But then you get this OCI card, Overseas Citizen of India card.
So they can come back
They
to.
can do everything in India. Only one thing that even they can own property, they can do business, all that. Only thing what they can't do is cast their vote. But who cares? Most of the time people don't bother about it. But otherwise, like it's almost being an Indian or the Portuguese or the international foreign citizenship or a passport. Yeah.
Let's go down to that point.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
point
let's
look
go.
very
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah. So I
And
was telling you, sorry, that is supposed, people say that is Donna Paula and her lover, but no. This is a sculpture done by a sculptor which symbolizes past and present India, means India before independence and India after independence. So that is why they're looking in two different directions.
okay.
Yeah. And you know, the romantic legend, I mean, this is a romantic story, was that Lady Paula was this is the romantic version, like legends I will say,
Yeah.
not a fact. They say that she was in love with a local young fisherman, and you know, the parents, the father did not allow her to marry him because of course he was below this, and it is said that she sort of came and committed suicide.
Talking while walking.
Yeah, I am. So she sort of committed suicide. That is why, in memory of their love, this was named as Donna Paula. This is the legend part
Who's
of it.
Donna Paula basically?
I'm telling you, this is the legend part of it.
Okay.
Now, Donna Paula was the lady of one of the counts or like the big Portuguese gentlemen who owned entirely this property. But you know,
Okay.
they did not have any children. So, what they did was they donated the land to the tenants, to people who were staying in their properties, you know, free of cost. So the people were totally overwhelmed. They wanted to show their appreciation for this act. So afterwards, they named a part of the village of Karanzalem, by which the village is known as, after the lady, as Donna Paula. So these are historical facts, but the legend is more romantic and everybody talks about the legend. I hope it's a dry
So that's why this point called in Donna Paula
yeah,
point.
that's why this point is called Donna Paula Point. You can get around to it on the other side.
Very beautiful place. Yeah.
It is beautiful. Goa is beautiful. Like I heard you're from Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
So Goa is, I think, quite similar to your country. I would love to go come to
Many-
Sri Lanka once.
Many similarities.
Yeah. And I think Portugal also was there, no, for some time in
Yes.
Sri Lanka.
Yes.
Right.
Not
But do
really-
y'all speak Portuguese there? Because in Goa, not really many people still converse or speak Portuguese.
We do have, I think, very few people who
Yeah,
speak.
exactly. Like here also, very few people.
So that's why they look in two opposite direction.
Yeah. Now this is all the local rock, the local stone. It's called
Yeah.
laterite, and it's a very volcanic rock. And you know, it's what's that? It's red in color because of the presence of iron ore in the soil. But then when it exposed like here to the rain, it oxidizes and becomes black. So older the laterite rock, the laterite stone, the darker, the blacker it is, and the more fresh it has been cut from the hills or just exposed, the redder, the richer the color is.
Those wood pieces because of the rain, I believe.
Yeah.
And even the color got changed.
Yeah. Now this is the meeting point of the Zuari and the Mandovi. So as it is, the river water is mixing with the sea. And then, you know, yesterday and all you must have seen very strong currents.
Correct.
In the sense wind. So that sort of cloning up the water, it's become very murky. Otherwise, it's not blue, it's never blue. It has a slightly greenish tint because there's an algae in it that gives a green color, but it's clear. It's clear. Yes, you can actually see the stones and all at the bottom. But because of this cyclonic movement that's happening now, it's all showing up and you can't see really the rocks at the bottom.
So yesterday, visibility for swimmers was about not even 1 foot.
Yeah.
Just they were not able to see, you know, people next to them.
Exactly.
And rivers joining sea from that place, I
This
believe.
is the Zuari coming this way, and the Mandovi is coming from that side. So the river basically flow from the east to the west. This is west of Goa. This is the south, like this, the south. This is the south, this is the north, and that is the east.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what we call it.
Yeah.
You all use also a lot of coconut like us in our food, no?
Yes,
In your
yes.
food, sorry.
Yeah.
Like in Goa, Veshila, like you know the West almost, you know, you have the Khyber Pass, you have the Pakistan, and of course India and Pakistan at one time were one country. So they used to share a common border. So it's very like tandoor based. Yeah.
So we came very early.
That's what I told you because, but it's nicer, but then it's too much crowd,
Crowded here.
overcrowded. Yeah, people are just coming.
Kingfisher.
Yeah, that's the beer. You eat beef and pork?
I eat everything.
Okay, right. We can go to, it's a small joint, a local joint called George.
Okay.
But there they have everything, beef, pork, everything. You can try it.
Alright, so see you from the next place.